Hi and welcome to 𝗧𝗥𝗪 Survivor. I've just bought myself a brand new tarp, and what I want to do is put all my own hardware on, hardware that is lighter, easier to carry and more compact. Now it did come with all the hardware, however it was bulky and it wasn't the best quality, so I'm going to swap out the stuff sack, the pegs, the cordage, everything, and then it'll be more to my liking. At the time of recording this, pretty chilly. I might even get a nice cup of tea on, but this won't take long at all with any luck. In my pack I have my new tarp, and it's not in the stuff sack at the moment. It needs putting into one. I'm using the 𝗯𝗲𝘅𝗯𝗂 ultralight billow for this nice little tarp. I've already put a lot of my lines already on the perimeter. In one pocket I have everything that I'm going to put onto this and give you some options on how I've already made this kit up. That's what's going on, and what has come off, or rather I'm not putting on, is the standard cordage and pegs that they give you here. So let's have a look at the differences and then put it all on. Nearly forgot. Brew kit. Find myself some water, doesn't need filtering, I'm going to boil it up, and I am cold. If you're wondering why I've only got one glove on, the other's at home, I just can't find it. And I know there's not a lot of people that get along with the jet boil. I'm not one of them, I like them. Only because I'm lazy and do ration pack meals, which is boil in the bag. Simply pop the bag into the cup, fill it with water, give it a few minutes, you got a hot meal. The stuff sack that I want to use does have a lot of misunderstanding, which I'm hoping to clear up in this video here. Because I'm boiling it, I'm not going to filter it. Got a lid for that somewhere. So why would a simple stuff sack have any controversy about it at all? It's because I'm going to use snake skins. A snake skin, I'll get you one here now, bear with me. Some of the weird things I've heard in the comments is things like this. Because it's going to rain overnight, the outside of this is going to be wet, because it's just a skin that you pull over your tarp. And if the outside of your tarp is also wet, then everything's going to be wet. And the weirdest thing I've heard people say is, what is going to happen when you put it in your pack, it's going to wet your sleeping bags and your dry clothes, and the following night you've got to get into a wet sleeping bag and put wet clothes on. Only an idiot would keep wet gear with their dry gear. Only an idiot. So what I'm doing is feeding the tarp without any lines on the head and foot over it like this. There are other ways of applying these. I just have all day to do this, and believe it or not, it only takes 10 minutes to put the whole lot together. Yeah, I could put a weight on the cord and drop it into the stuff sack, which I'll do on the other side. And that's boiled. That didn't take long. Turn that off. Get a tea bag. Where was I? Yeah, when I do the other side, I'll weight it on a cord and drop it through, so you don't even need to feed it like this. These stuff sacks or snake skins have a large aperture on one side and a smaller exit on the other. So I feed it into the larger aperture of the snake skin and out it comes. And I just feed it through. I'll show you an easier way of doing this when we get to the other side. But only a fool would keep the top, which is wet, and the snake skin, which is wet, inside the sleeping bag and clothing. Make sure everything is separated. Everything you want to keep dry, with me, is in a dry sack. Tarps, wet or dry, I don't even keep in the pack. They're either on top of the pack or on the mesh on the front of the pack. So there is no cross contamination. And there's a second little comment warrior comment, which I'll share with you in a minute as soon as we've weighted one of these down. So another thing I'm going to do is change the actual suspension. Just get myself one of them and show it here. When I first got this top, it had heavy duty cordage on, and this is Dyneema. It's 15 meters I got, and I cut it in half. I folded it in half and then tied a series of knots all the way down, which are called jungle knots. And I'll show you how all this works. And if you want to know how to make jungle knots, it's on the channel for you to see, and I'll put the link in the description. Let me get this first one on, find the other end. So first I have to go through the top, which is this here on the left, and on the right here is the actual loop for the snake skin. So through the top, then through the snake skin, and I'll attach it using not a knot, but instead a hitch. So bring that first through the top on the webbing, and then through the loop of the actual snake skin. Then I bring all the line through this last loop of the suspension, like this, which will connect the two together. So this is 11 meters halved, which is 5.5 meters, and then I fold that 5.5 meters in half again and tie a series of knots all the way down, roughly the span of 4 fingers for me. And this is how it goes up to the tree, which I'll show you now. I've only got the one side on just for demonstration. Let's go around the tree. One of the knots goes into one of the loops, and I'm up on that side. It's as quick as that, and then stretch out the snake skin. So that is 50% on my top, instantly packed away. No rolling, no stuffing. I just need to find that other end, and I want to thread my suspension, which is my jungle loops, through the webbing of the foot end of the top. It could be the head end. Just feed that through like that, and we're just going to put it in the lark's head hitch just for now, again, which is the loop, and feed all that cord through. You see, there's no knot, so anytime I want to transfer this to a different tarp, it's very easy to do. Let's weight the end of my suspension down. I'll just use my keys, take them off my belt. And add my keys in. And as I said in the beginning, the snake skin will come with a wide aperture and a narrow aperture. Get the wide aperture keys, with my line and thread it down like this until they come out the bottom. Retrieve my keys. That's done. Then I can start feeding this snake skin over the top. Right, another stupid thing I have heard in the comments from comment warriors is this. Because it is wet on the inside and outside, because it's been raining, it will rot my tarp. Well, if your tarp is in a rectangle stuff sack and you don't dry it out when you get home, it will still rot. I don't know where people are getting the idea I leave my kit wet when I get home. Secondly, when I get home, everything is line dried, and anyone who knows anything about sil nylon will know it dries incredibly quick. Bet you thought I forgot about my brew. Not bad. Let's disconnect the stove part, and I'll take this with me. We'll head there, put the tarp out and finish it off with some more lightweight, more compact kit. Just want to show you how easy it is to use these snake skins. Nothing tricky about it. Still have some there to pack away. Looks as easy as this, round the back of the tree. What I'll need to do is put on my own lightweight cordage. Okay, that's worked out nice. Hopefully I have some lightweight cordage, which is Dyneema, comes in 1.75 and 2.2, they're the thicknesses. This is very, very thin stuff. This is coming in at about £1 per metre, so get yourself 10 metres, 10 quid. It will last a lifetime. Just cut it to the length you want, and I'm not going to put a knot in it. It's another lock's head hitch cord there, and this cord, although it's the same kind of orange as the cord this top comes with, it's a lot lighter. This loop here, just get my finger in that and put both of these parts, the short tail and the long tail, through the loop. There's nothing knotted into it at all, and pull both through, and that is it. Once it's on, and they don't come off unless I want them to. That is super strong, and if I just loosen it there, I can take it off or shorten the tail, which I'm going to do now. That'll do. There you go. It's quick and easy as that. Let's compare the thicknesses of the line I've put on to the line it came with. This is their line from One Wind Company. Nothing wrong with the line. It is rigid. It doesn't take a knot very well, but luckily they provide gadgets, so even a novice can use One Wind products. Let me get a section of their line. It's going to be hard to see on camera, and a section of mine. Mine is on the right, theirs is on the left here. And in thickness, I hope you can see that this is Dyneema. Dyneema is super light, takes a knot very well, and will last a lifetime. I've still got the same Dyneema I've had for about 8 years. I've just bought some more Dyneema because I bought a new tarp, so I have Dyneema on my super light tarp and this ultra light tarp as well. So I have done that on the perimeters and the tie outs here, and you note I don't do the figure of 8 twist, something like this round your thumb and twist like that. People think they have to do it, provided you don't have any loops in your line, it won't knot. So nothing is tangled, even though I haven't put them in the figure of 8 twist. I can elevate the height of the tarp and lowering it without disconnecting it using the jungle knot, and that's done by simply moving it down the tree. So from head height, bring it so it's resting on top of my shoulder rather than up here. I just moved it down the tree, same the other side. From above head height, get it resting on my shoulder. To pack 50% of it up without doing the figure of 8 twist, it's as simple as that, with all the lines loose. But before I put on the other half there, I want to show you the elastics. On the end of the tarp, this is what it came with. It's a thick reflect cord stretch with a rather lovely carabiner. That's good quality, but I don't need it. Let's have a look at the other one. This is what makes the doors, by the way. I put much thinner elastic cord on, really lightweight, and instead of a carabiner, this is a baby mitten hook. I'll put it on the end of my finger so it gives you some perspective of just how small that is. And the only function of this is to close doors, so it doesn't need to be that thick or heavy duty. Just slide the snake skin almost to the halfway point, same on this side. This is much quicker than rolling or stuffing it, which only leaves these bits of cord here. Make sure I've got no twigs in this, which I haven't, and they just get tucked into the snake skin. Just going to wrap it round my hand, tuck that into my snake skin, and when I get home it will be line dried, everything. I don't leave things out wet. How quick can I take all this down? It is a pull on my line there, which is my jungle knot, and a pull on the jungle knot there, and that's down. So you can see how quick and easy it is to put up, take down, and how easy it is to pack away. That just leaves finally the pegs, which I have swapped out for titanium pins. I nearly forgot about my brew. Left it over there. I'm packing mine pretty small. The jungle knot goes on there, and I'll add the pegs in last because we need to have a look at the pegs now. How we're doing for time? We're okay. That pretty quick to set up. These are what they came with. They look like MSR groundhogs, but they're not. Nowhere near. The quality's not there. But again, technically these are free. These are what are swapped out to. You can see a clear difference in the kind of weight and volume that I am saving, not bringing 4 of them but 8 of them. If you want to put this into a storm configuration, this tarp, because it has doors, you do need 8 pegs, but they only provided 4 with this ultralight billow tarp by One Wind. Brew, keep forgetting. I can get rid of this whole stuff sack of bulky kit it came with. Believe it or not, this is the kit that you have to add to your tarp. All this. So although the tarp looks pretty compact, don't forget you've got to add that to it. This is what I'm adding to it. Again, I don't know if you can make that out. Just look at the difference between my setup and what they give you. If I wanted to leave those pegs connected to my tarp in a snake skin, you can. People have tried with this very thin cord, leaving the pegs connected to the stakes, and got themselves in all kinds of mess and everything tangles. And when they see me do it, people will say in the comments, you can't do that, that's impossible, it'll all tangle. Despite them seeing it with their own eyes, when I do it, it doesn't. So how do I do that? That video is coming up pretty soon. Till next time, take care of yourself. Happy trails.